8 years ago, America discovered how much fun going to the office could be.
You put my stuff in Jell-O again.
September 20th, return to Dunder Mifflin one more time for the start of the farewell season.
Yeah.
It's a season of change.
New guys.
They're like the new Jim and Dwight.
Body by Cheez-It.
Ah, humor. I have it too.
With the return of old friends and surprises like only The Office can pull off, we can't wait for the farewell season to begin. Thursday, September 20th, here on NBC. Thursday, it's time for new Christmas comedy on NBC.
Jingle bells, jingle yay, jingle good for you.
The party gets going at 8, 7 Central with 30 Rock and...
This is brilliant! Is this alcohol based?
Then, The Office Christmas Party are the stuff of legend.
Belsnickel isn't real. It's me, Dwight.
So you won't want to miss the very last one.
Best Christmas ever.
And gird your loins.
She's here, isn't she?
Megan Mullally's back on Parks and Rec.
Hi.
All new comedy, Thursday here on NBC.
Sitcom, all ye faithful, a Christmas podcast special, where for the third time I discuss 25 Christmas sitcom episodes. Please come and listen every day up through Christmas. I'm sure we'll feature Jeannie, the Tanners, and Nell Harper, Chandler, Big Mr. Roper. It will be dynamite. We'll definitely feature a character who says dynamite.
Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome back to Sitcom, all ye faithful. This is it. We are closing in on Christmas Day. It's the end of the final full week of the show. And, just a few days from now, we'll be finishing up with, of course, our yearly traditional ending sitcom. But another tradition that we have every year is we always talk about one specific sitcom with this next guest. You know him from Fine Movies, Fine Spirits. You know him from previous episodes of Sitcom All Ye Faithful, Marchie McFly, Joggist, and you know him from just 2 days ago. It's definitely been 2 days since we last talked. Please don't, please just believe that. Mr. Christopher Morris, welcome back again.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Feeling a lot better.
It's good. So you feeling a lot better.
Completely done that cold.
Since 2 days ago when we last spoke. Those 2 days ago.
Yep. I just changed my shirt. I mean, we're not on YouTube, right?
Right. No.
Yes. No.
Audio,
very excited to do this this show. Obviously, always my favorite, family favorite.
Yes, we're going back to The Office, going back to Dunder Mifflin as we talk about Season 9, Episode 9, Dwight Christmas, originally airing December 6th, 2012, which is crazy to me that it's already 11 years ago. And I wrote a little synopsis. Again, this one's a little longer because there's a little more going on, but I'm going to quickly go through this. While Jim is gearing up to go start his new job in Philadelphia, the rest of the office realize that they forgot to plan this year's Christmas party. While the party planning committee scrambles, Dwight pushes for his traditional Schrute Pennsylvania Dutch Christmas, which Jim is all in favor of because he needs to see what this is all about. Meanwhile, office worker Pete is shocked that Erin has never seen Die Hard, and Daryl is pissed off at Jim for seemingly forgetting to put in a good word for him at his new job. Christopher, this is the third year in a row we've done The Office. I admit I was surprised you were going for a final season, no Michael Scott episode. Normally,
yep. Yeah, so the last couple of seasons they had some real highs and real lows,
Yeah.
obviously. I think I did, there are a couple more Michael Scotts that we'll probably do in the future. I think I did, we probably did my favorite little couple the last 2 years, but this one, so it's, even though it doesn't have Michael, and I'm going to let you know some issues I even had with this, a couple of the subplots.
No Andy either.
No Andy. Why. Yep. He's his character terrible now at this point anyways. He's falling off the rails.
He was off.
And he's literally off of,
He was filming Hangover 3.
Okay.
That's what he was busy doing.
For $1 billion.
Yeah.
So, a lot of these episodes, as I've told you, family favorites. The kids still want to watch this nonstop. Mostly Grace, my daughter Grace. But she's always like, "Oh crap, season." We'll be like, "Oh, season 8, season 9, because Michael leaves on season 7." But there are a handful.
I still watched it. I feel like
the writing is still great.
Yeah.
Right. The writing is still great. I mean, not as good, obviously, but some of the highs are still fantastic, and one of them is this episode, in my opinion, mostly because of Dwight as Belschnickel.
Which is a very real thing.
Yep, it's a real thing. As the Democrat looked on Wikipedia.
I looked at Wikipedia too. It says, Belschnickel is a crotchety, fur-clad Christmas gift-bringer figure in folklore of the Palatinate region of southwestern Germany.
That's so funny.
Pretty much exactly what Oscar said.
Yes, so it's except Oscar mentions the blackface.
And now, do you know about that?
I don't. I didn't.
We watched an edited version of this show.
Really?
So did you rent it or did you watch it on Peacock?
I watched it on Peacock.
So did
Dwight have blackface at all? Because
you could find. I think the clip's on YouTube. The guy. So we actually saw the guy later in the episode. He had black around his ears and red around his lips. Nate.
Wait a minute. Nate, who's the squat cobbler in.
And he's Colin. What the hell's his name? In It's Always. Oh my God! Not It's Always Sunny. What We Do in the Shadows. Colin Robinson.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
Energy,
but
he's in that show.
He's in Better Call Saul, and he's
okay.
The squat cobbler.
I remember that now. Yeah. So yes,
so we die laughing with him with the lipstick, but we didn't.
Well, if you look, he's got all black around his ears, the lipstick, and
so there is a scene with him.
There's a scene where
it probably just quickly shows him
because Dwight. They say, the blackface Stanley goes, nope, and then Dwight quickly takes his phone and goes to call his phone. I think the scene shows Nate walking in, get the phone call and turning around in full blackface. And then,
I mean, it's
a little a little much,
but it's supposed to be making
right.
fun
it's
of it,
supposed to be
but it was supposed to be. But yes, it's.
But it said
you could see where
in June 2020 it was announced that the scene with character Nate Nickerson appeared in blackface as the mythical personage of Zwart Piet. And it was removed from the episode in light of the George Floyd protest. So probably a good time to do that.
Yeah,
nothing's taken away. Nothing's lost on the show because of
it's even funny just randomly seeing him with lipstick on his face.
And
Grace thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
And the little shoe polish.
I want to see if he just showed him wiped off quickly. I couldn't it was so quick. I said, he's still in it.
So the often mentioned Brian and I were talking about this last year, I believe, and he's was saying this is his. I believe he said this is his favorite, and it is definitely one of my favorites because just Dwight doing Belschnickel is great, but it's also the other thing. I try to quiz the kids. I'm like, what makes this such a great? I'll talk more about the plot. I know you went through it, but what makes it such a good Christmas episode to me is also I'm like, what's different about this episode? Why is this such a feel-good episode? And I'm like, the bond between Dwight and Jim. You know what I mean?
So
Dwight
was hurt that Jim's leaving.
He was mad. Yeah, that's why I was whipping him. That's why impish. Oh yeah, I don't know if you mentioned that yet. That's just so great with the impish are admirable. But yes, that special. Nice. Yep, that him being hurt, that Jim's leaving, and him being excited, and the fact I thought it's just hilarious how Jim, I mean, you think it's because he's messing with them, but he was like, "Yes, we're doing this." Remember, and then he has Pam talk them into it. So it's and it has some of the great Office regular stuff. The Meredith
getting drunk,
comments
and
and
Daryl was
Kevin.
like getting all of a sudden.
Oh
he
yes,
was
that
so
was
drunk,
one of the. That was I like that subplot. He was pretty
Yeah.
funny.
and he was so
got
drunk that
shit-faced, and then
that he's like, Meredith, she's got that Emma Stone thing going on.
she looks like Emma Stone. Yikes, it's good stuff. What I didn't like was I've always bashed Plop. His character Plop. I don't know his
Pete?
name in real life.
Is that?
Yes,
I had to look it
yes,
up.
Pete also.
The
Pete
whole
also.
Die Hard thing.
Yes. Yeah. I'm like, I don't like him. Blah, blah, blah. It's fine.
It brought in
Christmas filler.
The
It
Die
brought
Hard
in Die Hard
Christmas,
thing.
Yeah.
Right. But I was like, and even Grace said that he's just does nothing on the show. It might have been Aiden.
Right. I forgot that he was even on it.
He's great in the White Lotus. I don't know if you
because he looked. I haven't seen it, but I feel like I've seen him in other things. Like more.
He's fantastic in that. I'm like he's so much better, and he's such an asshole.
But there is a funny moment of that where Kevin gets a line wrong, and he's so pissed at himself, and I'm like, I understand that. I'd be so pissed at myself too if I'm like talking about this movie.
Yeah, especially he jumps in and then he's like, "Oh, it's all right, dude." But yeah, so the other person I don't like is Nellie, her whole character. I'm like, I can do without the British woman.
Oh, right. Well, yeah, except I do love that Toby is so into the fact that he was on a jury.
The Strangler,
possible Scranton Strangler. And he goes, I'm having a better night. And he mentions him by name. He goes, oh, you don't know who that is? And he's like a true crime podcast, the way he just keeps
that's
talking.
funny. He's funny. I just her character's like, but Toby is funny. He goes, do you want me to kiss you? And she so doesn't want to hear a story that she'd rather do that.
But then she kind of gets into it after the first little smooch.
Yeah. Yep. In the Christmas
I think the
spirit.
Christmas party started. He goes, yeah, probably. But what we really need to talk about now is, and he just keeps going on and on. And...
Yeah. He goes, oh yeah. So yeah, I love, and then at the end, you get, but it starts so like, oh, they didn't even remember the Christmas, the Christmas party.
Such a big deal.
Erin's like remembers as, oh, today we're supposed to have the Christmas party. Meredith mentions balls a couple times.
Right. Yeah. She says it. Busting
our
balls.
Yeah. They bust on our balls. It's funny. And then Nellie mentions mini cupcakes, which Kevin is outraged by. They're not even regular size cupcakes, which just, yes. Yeah. It's great. Kevin's good in this one.
I didn't realize there's a subplot of Oscar trying to sleep with, I forgot because Angela had a husband who was gay, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That Oscar hooked up with, and she had someone kneecap Oscar.
Now he agrees with everything she says. Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, I think Angela makes a great point. So that's funny. That's a funny little subplot.
I forgot there was that before Angela and Dwight got back together.
Yes. Which I actually hated. I always hated the Dwight and Angela.
I didn't mind the wedding at the end. I thought that was fun.
Yeah. But, it was time to go. It was time.
That show, yeah, I feel it was the last season. Didn't they make it almost seem like Jim and Pam were on the rocks too? And it was like,
yeah, it was terrible. I
didn't like that.
Boom, the mic, the sound guy.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that was like,
it was a terrible plot.
So even watching this, I'm thinking, is this before
this
that? Is this after that? What's going on?
Yeah,
I don't like
exactly because right. He's just about to start, but right. This one episode, like I said, it had its highlights, and this is great just because of Belschnickel, the impish, or are you impish? Or, are you admirable? And so good, and he whips them, and
they give him these beautiful bowls to put the gifts in.
I am nigh, yes,
but Meredith
can't
wants
keep them.
Well, not Meredith.
Phyllis
wants the bowl. She's like, I would rather have the bowl. You can't have the bowl. The bowls are part of a set.
Yep.
You got rubber gifts.
I keep getting that sound. What the hell? Yes. So
that's right. I didn't even hear it.
That whole stuff is great. And yes, I like I said, it is a feel good. With first, Dwight is mad that Jim is leaving. He says, says something about his sports job, and Phil or whatever.
Phil
And
or
he
whatever.
goes, "Do you know I have a sports job, but you don't know the end of Philadelphia?" So
And he's like, it's for the lovers of Adolf, right?
oh yes, and Jim does the
Yeah. Then
um
there's the part where he tells Pam, like, no one took it seriously. They just thought it was like an erotic holiday thing.
yes,
Like,
and she said nobody thought
yeah,
that.
nobody thought
yes,
that.
but yes, and then he's like, "You think I care? What do you think on a scale of 0 to 10?" She goes 0. He's like, "Damn it!"
Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
you
I
can
love
see how much he did care.
he did care, and he hugged him at the end, and then it was funny. It wasn't just like that little bond, but I always loved the subplot of Dwight's, who Dwight's best friend was on the show. He claims it's his best friend.
See, I remember his cousin, but I don't remember who his
Yeah.
best friend was.
In the office, it's
Oh.
apparently it's Pam. He
That's
actually
I do.
says-
Yeah,
it's
wasn't
just
Pam
funny
shocked when she
subplot.
heard that? Yeah.
Yes, it's just funny because it's like a little touching, and so, but right, Jimmy always was like, they hated each other, and then it was, like I said, feel good episode. The stuff, the speech, the candlelight poem that he was
Right. Yeah.
the glühwein, the glow wine.
That they also used to sterilize medical equipment. And this
Yeah,
was
exactly.
the exact
The spoon
that he
guided Dwight's skull through the birth canal. Yeah.
that he was born. Yeah. The
hog
Kevin-
maw.
Yeah. Kevin goes, "I love the hog mama," and
Yes.
she goes, "It's hog ma," and he
he-
gets disgusted. He goes,
And he
"Rah!"
spits it out. What
Like
the
all
hell
this-
is maw? He says, "What the hell is maw?"
But the thing before
Yes.
was fine, and the
Yes.
the breaking of the pig bone.
The hog bone. Yeah. the hog
I'll
bone. It's,
I'll dig it out of the trash. He says.
Yes, it's great. So, but it's funny when he goes first, dresses as Belschnickel. He says, well, by the way, I think it's Grace that has the sweater, the Belschnickel sweater.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
like a Christmas Belschnickel. But he says, "I have to run to my car. I have to take a dump."
That's pretty good. And he looks in the camera and goes, "I wish I had a
Kevin
bathroom."
goes, "I wish I had a bathroom in my car." So,
Oh my God, that was
it's great stuff. And then he comes in. He's like, "My grandfather's was pretty good. Was pretty good at
Yeah.
Belschnickel."
But then at the end, he goes, "Belschnickel isn't even real. It's me, Dwight."
Yes.
He takes the wig off like he's
Yes, when
revealing
everything
something.
everything is his world's blown up when Jim leaves. But
he was the only one who
yeah,
supported
and then
him.
yes, and then he beat the crap out of him as he's leaving. He's like, "Oh, that
You're
really
gonna hit
hurts."
us with that? He's like, "What am I just
Yes.
carrying it?" Yeah.
Exactly. And then you see Dwight looking sad out the window before he looked.
Yeah. Yeah. They give him heart every so often. They make Dwight into a human being.
Exactly. And I don't like when they do it with Angela. I'm always just like, I'm all set. But also the other thing is Phyllis.
She compares herself to George Bailey. She's like,
I knew that line. I thought, oh, you're gonna like. It's a Wonderful Life reference. I go, that won't get lost on you.
Exactly. So, yeah, we get the "It's a Wonderful Life" shout out.
Yeah, absolutely. Once I saw that, I said, oh, that's definitely got to be mentioned in this. And I just watched it maybe about half hour before we sat down to record, which of course is Friday because we're definitely talking on Friday.
Yes, it's Friday. Happy Friday.
Or maybe we're talking Thursday because it's Friday morning. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, whatever. However you do things, I don't even know.
However it's done, but it's definitely this is definitely December 22nd.
Yep.
And are there any other thoughts on this episode?
Nope. Love the episode. Might actually watch some other Christmas episode as Grace was just watching one now. I think it might have been the one we did last year, but
you got to find one for next year.
Great episode. I really love it. I love the Belschnickel. Thank you for having me again.
Thank you
as
for
always.
coming on again.
And Merry Christmas.
And I hope to hear you back here next December to do this all over again. But in the meantime, you can hear Chris in every episode of Fine Movies, Fine Spirits. Go to fansnotexperts.com or just click on the link in the show notes for this episode. You can find me on Twitter at Geek Mentality, on Instagram at Geek Mentality, on Threads at Geek Mentality, on Mastodon.social at Geek Mentality, And the Facebook page is Fans Not Experts. The website is fansnotexperts.com. Christopher, Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Merry Christmas to you too. You and David have a wonderful holiday Christmas together.
We're going to be spending
you're
Christmas
like Jim and
Eve
Dwight.
Together. Exactly. Oh, yeah, maybe we'll fight over the ham. I did challenge him to a race in his front yard, but I realize I'll probably end up throwing up and being sweaty and gross, and I don't want to.
Yeah, pulling something or at our age, it's tough. So
I'll see you on the next Five
beautiful,
Movies, Five Spirits,
nicely done.
Thank you. I'll see you back here next December. I can lock you in.
You can pencil me in.
Excellent.
No, you can use
pencil.
pen. You can use pen.
Ooh, pen, even better. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for listening. We'll be back. We have a few more after this. But until tomorrow, my friends, here is my theme song. This is my podcast. I made it. Geek Mentality's what I named it. And I think you should listen and subscribe. Cause I'm kinda funny and awesome. I think that I'm worth your time, and I'm kinda handsome. My mom says, please listen and please subscribe. At least listen to this episode. Fans Not Experts. It's always weird saying that in front of people.
It's funny.